back once again. It is time to take a look at what is happening today in the world of markets. I'm Susan Littlefield, and joining me is Jeff Peterson. Jeff is with Heartland Farm Partners, and we know there was maybe a little bit of change up last week as you looked at the markets. Did that set the tone for what we see in this fall we've been having this week?
Well, it's really interesting, Susan, as you look back to a week ago, how different it is. And we were sitting there talking about challenging the top end of the range and of our channel and coming up into some longer term resistance. And really what it looks like is that on mostly on the corn side, when that happened, the market tried to buy it. The funds were still trying to add to the long position. And when we couldn't get some follow through, then we started to see the selling happen. So if you think about it, at that time, the funds that have probably been long over 350,000 contracts, maybe even approaching 360,000 contracts. So when the selling started, it's a natural progression. It's almost like a waterfall. When you start coming down, all of a sudden you break through some support levels. The technicals don't look near as good. You see some additional selling. Some of the longs that the trend following funds have been in, they physically get out. And then kind of surrounding all of this, what you've got is that you've got the concern about the tariffs. And in particular on the tariffs, even this week, we had a little bit of confusion about back on Wednesday, there was some talk that, oh, Canada and Mexico, those tariffs will go in place. Well, March 4th, no, we'll put it out to April. But then we get some confirmation back and it's like, well, no, March 4th. But I still think it goes back to the whole idea that trying to use these tariffs as a tools and trying to get the negotiation to happen. But that's all kind of still weighing on the market, Susan.
So why are we still seeing such pressure on the corn and soybeans at this point?
Well, that's exactly. So today, we're coming back into some very levels where I would think we'd find some very good support. And the reason for that is we're getting back into fundamentally what is just good value. But I think what we've got is we're coming into a Friday. We've got an unknown about what's going to happen on the report or on the tariff side. And I think we're still continuing to see some of those funds want to back out of those positions.
So do we need to make any changes? And we'll talk more about this, but changes need to come to marketing plans?
As of right now, no. I would say just continue to watch. There could be some opportunities on the basis side, but no sales on older new crop this time.
All right, sounds good. Well, Jeff's going to talk about this and a whole lot more coming up later today during the channel final bell. And if you happen to miss the live episode, check it out at ruralradionetwork.com for the podcast. That's a look to those markets. I'm Susan Littlefield on the Rural Radio Network.